Alright, what is up everyone? I have a very special video today. I did not expect this to be my first showcase, but a fan actually reached out to me and asked me if he wants to if I want to showcase his MONARCH Kaguya that he literally just pulled. He has max godly stats and everything. Like, this guy is cracked. So we're gonna check it out. He's not in game yet, but we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see how good she is, and if you guys enjoy this showcase, make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna try and get a bunch of showcases out tonight for you, as well with the astd trailer. So my plate is stacked tonight, so subscribing would really help me out. And with that being said, let's go check out this showcase for. Also, normally I would show the passives before we jump in, but since it's not my unit, I'm not gonna do that. We're just going to go right in, and then we'll figure it out as we go. So actually, before we jump into the game, I do have a screenshot of her passives. She has 3. We have Master of Dimensions. When this unit activates a new dimension, increases damage by 20% and range by 10. This buff resets when the same domain repeats its cycle. Interesting. The next one is God of Shinobi. If any ally in range has meter, this unit's attack restores that meter by 2% per attack. Does not apply to swap gauges. On attack, teleports to the nearest applicable location of the attack that is disabled when a dimension is active. When a dimension is activated, attack the first enemy and move to them regardless to their spot on the map. Wow. Wow, that last part is kind of crazy. Just that whole part is crazy. And then element affinity. This unit is counted as each element currently on the team. When this unit swaps to a dimension, it matches the element already applied. This unit gains 50% damage for the duration of that domain. So that means if you have every single typing on your team, or not, you can't have that, but let's just say you have 5 different typings on your team, that means she's gonna have all 5 typings. That is broken. That is actually busted as hell, man. That is disgusting. And the next thing here I have to show you is her ability, because obviously I'm not going to be able to show this in game, but this is how you start her domains. So she has 3 domains. She has fire, ice, and sand. There is a lot of reading coming up, so I'm going to read it out for you guys, but we're going to start with fire. It says this unit gains the fire element for the duration of this domain. On start, burn all enemies on the map for 35% of this unit's damage for 8 seconds. Fire element allies deal 30% more damage while in this domain. If the previous dimension was the ice dimension, slows all enemies on the map by 50% for 4 seconds. If the previous dimension was sand dimension, increase the duration of stuns by the next dimension. Increase the duration of stuns next dimension by 100%. Wow. Wow, this character is busted already. This is the first domain. Her second dimension is ice. This unit gains water element for the duration of this domain. On start, freezes all enemies for the map for 2 seconds. Water allies get 30% more damage. If previous dimension was fire, apply frostburn to all enemies on startup of this unit's damage for 10 seconds. If the previous dimension was sand, it does the same. Alright, and then sand is the final one. This unit gains blast element for the duration of this dimension. On start, repulse all enemies on the map. Blast allies get 30% more damage in this dimension. The previous dimension was the ice, buffs all allies on the map for 30% damage of the duration of this dimension. If the previous dimension was fire, deal damage to all enemies on the map equal to 50% of this unit's damage. So you want to be cycling these domains from what it looks like and building your team around these domains. So that's really unique. I'm going to pause here because he's ready to do the showcase, and let's just jump in and check her out. Alright, so here we are in game. We actually have a second YouTuber with us. His name is Noah. Here he is. He's running around. He's a little monkey skin. I did not know he was going to be here, but everybody say hi to Noah. Check him out. He's really cool. We have Kaguya down, though. Look at that, man. She's got 5 elements. She has 5 elements. And then she has Beast, Explosion, Kaboom, local cooldown, and then she has the dimensions that we had already looked at, so that's very great to see. He just activated her fire dimension. Look at this, man. That is awesome. That is actually so cool. So she's doing 58k on placement, by the way. Oh my god. 58k every 4 seconds. And remember, she's teleporting to the first enemy every time this is happening. So she's just killing people so fast that she's just going straight to the start. Alright, let me tell him to upgrade and let's get going. So she's going up to 57k here, as we could see. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see her VFX. I'm stuck. spectating's broken for some reason, but she does giant blows attacks down. She's at 57k, man. Every 4 seconds she has 4 elements. That is that's half of what some people's monarchs do. That is insane. This is actually unfairly broken. This is how broken Kaguya is. She's at 77k again because he just, like I said, you could just cycle domains over and over again. That is ridiculous. Alright, so we're gonna have our guy upgrade again. She does have a new attack right here on upgrade 4, which he just jumped her up to. We're gonna see she's a cone now. Let's see her new VFX. Let's see. I'm trying to get out of the way. Oh, she just opens up her little dimension stuff. She's at 95k, man. She's 4 upgrades in. How is that fair? That is actually busted. Oh my god. She's actually doing more than the majority of monarchs in the game already, which is, it's just stupid. It is actually just stupid. That is, I know I keep saying stupid, but it's just, I can't believe how broken this is. That's just not balanced at all. You guys definitely got to get this character. This is completely broken. Let's have him upgrade a little more. Let's just have him upgrade a little more. I'm just gonna tell him to upgrade. We're going to see what she jumps up to after upgrading. So upgrade 5, she's at 140. Upgrade 6, 7. So she's sitting at upgrade 7 right now, which she's at 175k. Sorry, she's at 218k now because the domain started at every 4.8 seconds with 45 range. Remember, she still has her nuke, which she gets on her next upgrade, upgrade 8. So we're gonna see that. This, wow, man, wow. This is not balanced at all. I don't know what they were cooking here. This is a little crazy. All right, let's see her go to the next ability. She's at upgrade 8. Let's get a little closer so we can see the VFX here in a second. She just does like a giant bomb. Looks pretty basic. She has now 6 elements. That's a little good. 200k every 5.6 seconds, and she has Beast Explosion. She turns into a really small circle as well, which is not super great, but remember, she's attacking the first enemy every time, like how Gogeta does. So that should be pretty interesting. Let's check out her next couple upgrades. Upgrade not. Look at this. Upgrade 10, right before she gets her final attack, she's at 315k every 5.6 seconds. Let's see that final attack. So she's on her final attack. She's at 343k every 6.4 seconds. Sorry, now she's at 429k every 6.4 seconds. This is without buffs, by the way, and this is without her nuke. This is just her cycling domains. Wow. She is completely busted. Here's her VFX. Let me get a little closer just so you guys can see it. She drops like a little dimension bomb and it just blows up into a pillar. That one looks really cool. Out of all of her VFX, that is her definitely coolest looking one. Let's see this guy drop the nuke. So here, let's do Beast Nuke. Let's do Beast Nuke. All right, so I think he's about to click it here. Let's see if it spawns something. I don't know what oh, this might be a cutscene. Wait, hold on. Oh, here she is. She spawns her little beast guy and then he just blows up. Oh my gosh, that is really cool. Does she get a damage buff? No, she doesn't. So it's a 100-second cooldown, so she could just cycle this. Wow. Oh, it doesn't say what the nuke does for some reason. It just says kaboom. But that is crazy. Absolutely busted unit. Here's her cosmetic if you guys want to see it. It just gives you her robe and then her VFX. Gives you the little pixels to the dimension holes. I really like that. He said, make a very hard boss. Oh, Noah has a really good idea here. He said, go and check and see if it's a global cooldown. We did not see if it's global or local. It is local. It says local cooldown. That, wow. That not being global? Are the devs crazy? That not being global just does not seem fair. That is just absolutely crazy. Maybe it isn't the nuke because these guys just didn't take damage. Let's see her try and use it again. So they're at 4.9, 10.3. This guy's popped the nuke and they did not take damage. Maybe they did a little bit. I wasn't really, it's kind of hard to tell. You guys can let me know down in the comments if I missed that or not, but absolutely crazy. She's at 300k. Keep in mind that she's also attacking the guy who's at the start of the line. We looked at the start of the video, so she's basically doubling her attack. Absolutely nuts. This is easily the best character in the game, easily the best Vanguard in the game. Definitely try and get her, guys. They said that the spring event is not going to last a super long time. They said it's just going to be a little bit shorter than winter, which is definitely good because winter lasted up until spring. So it's quite a long time. But I'm very, very happy that this event is going to be a lot shorter. The only bad thing is that means you guys have a worse chance of getting Kaguya. I guess the positive of this, though, is that she's just absolutely broken. So it's definitely worth it. So we're doing a little test. We're actually going to reset her, but this guy placed her in this corner and she teleported all the way to the pathway over here and started attacking. So she tracks. She literally will follow people. So this is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. Let's try and reset here. So yeah, this is about where her final damage sits without a domain, but no, this unit is absolutely disgustingly broken. Make sure you guys grind for this unit. She will carry you forever if you get Monarch on her. Even without Monarch, I saw her in chats hitting 100k. Just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Let me thank this guy. Let me ask him, is there anything you want to shout out? All right, well, if there's any other CCs watching this video, he just said tell every other CCA to come to me for showcases. This guy's an absolute whale. He showed me a little bit of his box, and man, this guy has every single unit. Genuinely, this guy has every single unit. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you get Kaguya, broken unit, godly. She's amazing. And thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.